Hey guys, my name is Drew and welcome back to the channel. So I've got the Cayman S here up on the lift, and I don't know if you guys remember or not. In the last video, I bought some paint, and if you read closely, it says header ceramic coating paint. If you look back here, I started using some BP blaster on the exhaust and on the headers. So I think that might give you guys an idea of kind of what's going on. So right now I'm pulling off the exhaust to put on my new exhaust here. So I just barely picked up this used exhaust from Summit Auto Lab. He's got a wide body Cayman and he is putting on a new Fab Speed exhaust. So I reached out to Clayton to see what he was gonna do with his old exhaust, and sure enough, he was selling it. So I went ahead and purchased the exhaust. It's got about 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it, but this is the exhaust that I wanted to put on the car originally. So everything worked out perfect in that sense. So yeah, as you can tell, it's a little bit corroded, but not too bad. So I've actually got a sandblaster right here that I'm gonna use to try and clean up some of the parts to make them look a little bit better. And then I'm gonna use this paint that I got to coat over it and make it look all nice and pretty again. So that's kind of the plan right now. So I'm gonna start on the exhaust and get it all sandblasted, and then as soon as I do that, I'm gonna paint it all, make it nice and pretty, and then we will start taking off the stock exhaust here. It might be a little bit difficult. This car has just over 100,000 miles, so these bolts are probably gonna be on there pretty nice and tight. So yeah, I'm way excited to get this full exhaust system on the car. I've always wanted a full exhaust on this car, and this is the exact one I've been wanting to get. And I can't remember if I mentioned or not, but this is the Soul Performance exhaust. This is the full, I think they call it a competition system. And then the tips are these flat cut single wall tips, and they look really good. So my plan for these is to actually paint these in matte black and then coat them with this satin clear. So it'll kind of make it like a satin black for the exhaust tips. And I think those will look super good. Right now I've got some silver tips on it, but I think adding some black to this car will make it look so good. So anyways, let's go ahead and start throwing some parts in the sandblaster and get to it. Alright guys, so there is the finished product after sandblast, and it looks a lot better. It got rid of all that big corrosion on there. I'll show you guys the before and after. So this is what they look like now. So the surface overall is just a lot cleaner. This is what the other one looks like. So not a huge difference, but there's a slight difference there. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the pieces that I can sandblasted, and then we'll go on to paint. Alright guys, so I got a few more things sandblasted, including the tips. So this is pretty much the end goal of what it's supposed to kind of look like. So I got all the corrosion off, and then I used some Scotch-Brite to help get everything else off. So now what I'm actually gonna do is show you guys the painting process, because I don't want to bore the heck out of you guys sandblasting all these parts and then painting them all. So I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like to paint the exhaust tips, and then I'll show you guys the finished product with the whole exhaust system once it's all done. Okay, since the exhaust tips are kind of the only thing that will be showing, I really want to make these look nice. So I'm going to use primer on them, and then I'll use the rest of the paints afterwards. So first things first, I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol to get these all cleaned up and get all the debris off of them, get all the dust off of them. And then I'll take them outside and then throw down a layer of this primer. guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let those exhaust tips dry for a little while, but I'm actually gonna have to come back to this project and finish it all on probably tomorrow or sometime later this week. But during that time, I'm gonna just finish up the exhaust and get everything prepped to put the exhaust in. So I'll catch you guys in a few days when all of that is done. And yeah, we'll go from there. See you in a little bit.